this one I was going to throw in right at the end in said miscellaneous section, but because it's wrapped, I thought, I'll just open it and explain and actually talk about it at the end in the miscellaneous section. It's 50p, don't know if you just picked that up, 50p, brand new. I couldn't believe it when I saw it, my eyes popped out my head. I've not seen it, it's probably one of the few, if not the only Leonardo DiCaprio movie I've not seen, I've never seen. Looked at the back of it when I was in the shop, and it read Jedka as the title of the film, Naomi Watts, Armie Hammer, and then I just immediately thought, right, you know when your instinct takes over, right, I'll get that. It's because it's got Armie Hammer in it. I've only ever seen him in Man from Uncle. See you at the end in the miscellaneous section. That means the motor bar and the copy there will be valid as well. How marvellous. In fact, it might not be because it's quite an old movie, isn't it? Just notice there, it's got a nice little picture on disc. This is one of those things I've ordered online, Justified, because I've finished watching both Mad Men and Supernatural. It comes to the end of both those franchise, so I just thought, well, why not? This was going for pennies online. Anybody tell me what this is like? I recognised the player there on the back straight away. He was in Django Unchained and in Hateful Eight. The player there in the middle. Straight away I recognise him. Straight away. Still above my finger there. Yeah, straight away. I don't watch much television, and I don't go to the movies often, and I don't watch online. I don't have any online streaming services for movies, so whenever I buy movies and TV franchise on disc, each player is still quite fresh to me, you know. Right, I'll get back. Here's something I've ordered specifically for the week following the late August bank holiday, because I just know I'm going to need something to watch. We've now just had our late August bank holiday here in England, and to be honest with you, I didn't expect this till Wednesday, you know, after the bank holiday Monday itself, but it arrived actually on the Tuesday, the following day. So I'm actually in such a good mood today, it's unreal, because it's just like one of them. In about an hour or two I'm just going to sink to the depths of depravity as I begin to recover from said bank holiday. I don't know in which order you're going to see this within the Bizol video, but let's put it this way, as you're watching now, as I'm opening this, I've just had my late August bank holiday, and I tell you, this couldn't have come at a better time. Just something new to watch, you know, something literally new to actually watch. I have this already in the 3D form, but I thought I'd order this as a standard Blu-ray, because believe it or not, 2D TVs will not actually play the 2D version on a 3D disc. Yeah, get your head around that. Yeah, get your head around that. They don't. With the TV in my bedroom, the new TV I've just got for the bedroom being just a 2D telly, I thought I'd just buy this, cheapest chips online, just a standard Blu-ray version of the movie. I won't discuss what I think of the movie, because we all know what we think of the movie, but there you go. It's just something I bought in this time period to include in this buys-off. It's actually got a lovely spot gloss on the slip for this. I saw it on eBay, shooting out from there as he's flying up in the sky there. It's got actually a lovely spot gloss standard to the slip. as you move it, it's actually a sort of like holographic, gives a holographic illusion, the spot gloss jets. You know what I mean? If you've got the slip for this, I've only just noticed that. I'm noticing that now. It's lovely. It's a lovely slip, that. Well, yeah, I mean, I do have a miscellaneous DVD of this movie also, as well as a 3D disc, but even though my telly in the bedroom is a tiny telly, there's still a slight difference in quality to the eye between a DVD and a Blu-ray. There's just the slightest difference. Anyway, I just thought it was cheaper chips on eBay, and it boasted, it included the slip, and it was in a very good condition. So I got it, I bought it for that sake, for the bedroom. And I will discuss now regarding the franchise Justified I'm entering since I've completed Mad Men and Supernatural. I'm only halfway through this, by the way. As of now, the second disc of the 3 is actually in my machine now. I'm actually watching it. Not completed it yet, not completed the season, but I won't discuss at the end of it what I thought of the whole season, because it's going to take me a while. I'll just chirp in now in regards to what I think of it so far. It's really solid. I'm really enjoying it. It's what I thought it was going to be, chilled and mellow and something alternate. Yeah, literally as you see on the cover is what I'm getting when I'm watching it. This movie, finally watched it, and it was an absolute pleasure to watch in the 3D form. I watched it in the 2D form, and it didn't give any satisfaction to the viewing experience. It's not square boxed, its aspect ratio like I thought it might be. I thought it might have been 4.3, just the way Wizard of Oz and Gone with the Wind are presented. But it's not actually. It fills you in an entire 16 by 9 space without black bar. There's no black bar without black barring. Yeah, an absolute joy to watch in 3D form. It is not a movie to watch in the 2D form. It's like the way Avatar isn't. Like the way Avatar is such. This also, it's not a movie to watch in a 2D form. If you do watch in 2D form, you will be sitting and you will sit down and you think, what on earth am I watching? Is this a joke? Is it someone having me on here? It's like that. It's that extreme. It's really that extreme. It really does make effective use of the 3D. It does really utilise the 3D format. Yeah, all the people who would have enjoyed this movie at the time it was initially released are sadly past now, and it did play on my mind as I was watching it. It does. You can't help but think that whilst you're watching this movie. It does have a fabulous transfer. It's extremely clean. I can recommend it. Highly recommend Reaching Black Lagoon. I said I was going to put this movie, J. Edgar, in the miscellaneous section at the end, but to be honest with you, think this is worthy of a little section of its own. I watched this the other night after weeks and weeks of trying to watch it casually, per se. And when I finally sat down and watched it thoroughly from beginning to end, I was completely blown away by it. I was thrown completely and utterly. I simply picked this off the shelf from my local reconditioned stroke new store, simply because it was a 50p DVD and it was still sealed, like you saw in my own opening of it, and I was simply looking for something to throw in my miscellaneous section at the end of my buys off videos, which I always have. And I'm sorry, but this simply is worthy of more than just a miscellaneous movie. J. Edgar, if you can find this movie, if you've not seen it, I highly recommend to stay away from the trailers, etc., etc. Rush out, find it, buy it, and sit down and watch it. Unplug your phone and watch it from beginning to end. Try and find out as little as possible double negative before going into the movie. Try and find out as little as possible about it before going into the movie. Double negative again. Sounds ridiculous, double negative. Sounds absolutely totally like... It just doesn't make any sense, that statement, does it? But you know what I'm trying to say, yeah? I completely blown away by all the players in this movie. The English actress in it, who was played Em in Bond. This movie was made several years ago. She looked quite young in it, like as if she may have just started doing the Bond movies. Then again, it can't have been donkeys ago, because Armie Hammer was in it, and he's only just started playing around, only in Hollywood. Anyway, cut to the chase. I can highly recommend J. Edgar. As I say, know as little as possible about the movie before going into it, and I will repeat myself, unplug your phone, and even if you know little about J. Edgar, even if you're slightly familiar with him, like I was, being a Brit here, living across the ponds, just slightly, I'm slightly familiar with who he was. Unplug your phone, close your curtains, turn off your intercom system, and sit down with a nice big hot cup of coffee and put your feet up, right? Turf your friends out your abode, right? Get your cat on your lap and watch it from the beginning. And just sit down and just watch it. Let it pour out and just take it in, right? completely absorbing. Probably, if not the best movie I've ever seen. Got DiCaprio in it. It's probably the best movie I've ever seen him in. The Aviator probably comes close. Again, another biopic. Wonderful movie, J. Edgar. I can highly recommend it. Absolutely marvellous movie. Marvellous. I will say, for my take on the film, check out my thoughts on the channel. I've done a specific video on my thoughts of the movie when I came out of the cinema. It's there on the channel, so check that out. If you're curious as to what I think about the movie, you'll find it there. So, I won't say about the movie now. In this little section here, what I will say about is the actual release itself. The most striking thing about the release for me, I found, was existing artwork on the inside. Doors, 2 doors. Now, it's normally only Sony who does that with their Amarais, as a rule. I've never known any other studio to put their Amarais out with artwork, as a rule, on the inside. So it is quite novel. It's still quite novel. When I noticed it, it was quite novel. Thought I'd mention that. Secondly, about the home release, is I thought the Ultimate Cut and the basic standard Blu-ray theatrical, the basic theatrical version, I thought the Ultimate Cut and the basic theatrical 2D version could have been put on one disc. It could have been, the two versions could have easily been branched on the one disc, because I say that because there are no special features to be found on the Ultimate Cut disc, not a single one, right? Therefore making room for a DVD in this 3-disc set, perhaps. Just a thought. But that's my second thing I'd say about the home release. And third thing really would be to say it does have Dolby Atmos as its default audio encode. It will come up as Dolby True High Def in your stats when you throw up your menus, but it is Dolby Atmos. It does feature a Dolby Atmos encode as its default. It actually does hold the logo there. It does hold the logo there on the back of the cover. See there how it's not just the Dolby, but the Dolby Atmos as well. And I know that as fact because when I play this, all three discs do, and I know that as fact because when I play each of the discs on my through my non-digital AV system, i.e. my analog AV system, the audio comes out of all of my speakers in my 6.1 setup. So I know that as given. I will tell you, you can take this as given from the horse's mouth, even though it does come up as Dolby True High Def in the stats when you throw up your menu. The logo, Dolby Atmos logo, ain't there just for a laugh. It does actually have within it default Dolby Atmos. And final thing I've just about to go there and leave you there, but the final thing I will say about the home edition is that it comes in like a box rather than a standard slip. There's like a lid there, like a lid there. So yeah, you can see there the lip of it there, and you have to literally push it up and whack it out when you want it. When you want to get hold of the release to play it when you want to get at the discs. I think those 4 things are really the only 4 things, the only things I can say about the home edition. Other than it's lenticular. It's not as nice a lenticular as the In the Heart of the Sea lenticular, I will say that. It's simply just not as detailed as In the Heart of the Seas. But it's still alright though, it's still fab. It still has depth and it does still have great movement, and the actual the lettering has movement as well, which is quite novel, I don't think I've found that before on a lenticular. The lettering, the actual 3D, where it says 3D, the 3D has movement as well. The title doesn't, but the 3D lettering, 3D does itself. You may well have seen that when I opened it. You may well have seen that, I don't know. Let me just show you now, just in case. No, I think I didn't get it. I think I didn't quite get the lettering in. I think my memory serves me, I just missed it. There you go. I've never known any of the lettering in the title of the movies on the lenticulars to have any movements within them. But this one does. Yeah, it's just not as detailed. It's just not as detailed as the In the Heart of the Sea one. Other than that, it's a smashing home release. It really is. It is a smashing home release. I will say about the 3D disc in particular, right? I will say the 3D in particular, because you're really only going to be buying this set for the 3D issue. So I will touch on the 3D disc, yeah. Other than minor ghosting within the first 10 minutes of the movie, within the scenes where Batman's parents are getting killed down a dark alleyway, the word dark being pivotal. Other than a few ghosting moments, quite noticeable, I will say, within those scenes. Other than that, the 3D is quite magnificent and quite detailed within this release. Don't let it put you off when you first throw your disc in and when you first sit back and put your glasses on, when you do notice that said ghosting in the first time. Don't let it put you off, because once those scenes have gone, past and gone, once the burial scenes have passed and gone, where they're carrying the coffins to lay the coffins to rest, once that scene passes, the 3D shines, then it's just within, as I say, the pivotal word dark. It's within the dark moment. You still get ghosting within Blu-ray 3D. You still do get it. Okay? I think they're the only things I will say. They're the only things to say about this release. Yeah, it's a great release. It is. It's other than the noticeable, it could have really had a DVD in this 3D set. Other than that, yeah, if you can get it for 20 quid or under, yeah, I can highly recommend this release. Highly recommend it. Yeah, the 3D, it's still, even if you've seen a million 3D movies, it's still something to write home about the actual 3D on the 3D disc. Yeah, it is. It's still a super release. True Blood, Season 3. I'm only about halfway through this, by the way. I am shocked and surprised with myself that I've taken to this. I remember saying to you, I hadn't seen a single episode of this prior to this. I haven't seen I've seen bits of it years ago, but I haven't seen a whole single episode ever. When I bought this, that's right, I said to you, I bought this blind, didn't I? I'm halfway through it, and I'm taken to it, and you know what, it's doing me head in, because my mate was round, and he said that it just looks like a porno, and yet it's not you know what, that is not what's intriguing me by it. I'm actually intrigued by the glamour of it all, I think. Yeah. I'm halfway through it. I'm finding it sound, gripping. I'm finding myself really taken by it. I say I'm halfway through it. The transfer on this set, on the disc, the discs are the transfer is beautiful on all the discs. It has a fantastic transfer the the transfers are fantastic. The Blu-rays look great and they sound great. But I will say the menus on the discs, the navigational menus as you try and enter each disc, they're nightmares to navigate. They're absolute nightmares. You put your disc in and it comes up. Your machine reads each disc, and you try and you like that, and you end up sitting down to try and navigate. That's how awkward I found the menu systems on these discs. But the transfer is fabulous on this set. The transfer is really fantastic on this set. Man of Steel. Blu-ray. I took the UV code sticker off this so I can enjoy the slip, because I like the slip, didn't I? I said to you it had a type. What was the word I used? It had like it has like what's the word? Like spot gloss, wasn't it? And I said it had like a holographic type. It has a holographic effect to the spot gloss. So yeah, and I took that UV sticker off and it came off perfect. I was made up with that. It came off all in one, even the gum underneath the sticker, perfect. And it's a complete lovely slip now. I brought this out and I don't know why. I can't remember why. What was I going to say about? That's right, yeah. It is better than my DVD because my analog tuner AV, which in my bedroom I watch my movies via, it's my 6.1 surround AV system. It's an old analog system. It down converts the GTS high def master audio track. It down converts it to a native DTS track. So it is actually an improvement on my old DVD in another way other than just visually. You know, I remember saying that the DVD, that the Blu-ray slightly improves on the visual quality. Well, it was when I was watching this in my bedroom, I realised that there is another thing where it slightly improves on the DVD. It's the audio. I repeat, the DTS high def master, because it has a discrete DTS high def master track on the Blu-ray. It's my analog AV interprets it as a matrix DTS track. That's right. I get a matrixed. I get a DTS track, albeit a matrixed one, but it does come up as a DTS track on my tuner. Whereas when my DVD has a bog standard 5.1 Dolby Digital, and depending on what system you play your DVDs on, you are sometimes stuck with the with whatever discrete audio is encoded on disc. So I thought I would mention there was also another reason why the Blu-ray is better, an upgrade from the DVD. Okay, I think that's it. Yeah. Thanks for the encouragement. Thanks for watching. Thanks for basically watching my videos. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate it. Thanks very much for the support. Thank you very much. And I honestly hope that my videos bring you enjoyment more than anything. As much as I enjoy making them, I repeat, I hope ultimately you get a kick out of watching them, and I hope you do for the future. I hope you do stick around. I hope you want to stay around for the next ones. Alright, there you go. I'm going to love you and leave you. Over and out. Till next time. I'll see you next time, alright? See ya.